Well, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Pat's War Room. Don't forget, if you're watching on our YouTube channel of Pat's War Room, you have to subscribe so that we know you like us, and then notifications when the videos are up. Facebook, Pat's War Room, or Instagram, Pat's War Room. Now, today in our Things Happen in Threes, our August journal, it's almost the end of the month. Today is August 29th. We are in week 4 and Thursday. When you're researching things that happen in threes in the Bible, it's amazing. Before you do it, you can't find anything in threes before you're intentional about it. It's almost like when you're thinking about the color of a new car you're going to buy. You think, man, I never see anything in mint green. I'm going to make sure I buy something in mint green. And you go through all the research and you buy your car in mint green. And then all of a sudden, that's the only color you see on the road is mint green. Well, when you're intentional about looking for things in threes, that's all you see then. And it was so funny because it's back to school season, and I was wondering, well, how many times do we hear examples or read examples about Jesus's teaching style? Because we all know he was a great teacher. Well, there are exactly 3. I was stunned. In Luke 9:18 and 20, in Matt 16:13 through 20, and again in Matt 17:24 and 27. Those are the 3 times that we see great examples of his teaching style. And for any teacher out there, we all know the best way to get students involved is to ask a question, wait an appropriate wait time, which is hard, and let the students answer. Well, that was one of Jesus's favorite ways to teach. He would ask a question, wait an appropriate time, and then let the disciples or the people he was with answer the question. In Luke, the question he asked to them in teaching them, "Who do you think I am?" And he waited for an answer. And his follow-up question was, "Well, then who do you think I am?" to his disciples. In Matt 17, he said, How do they make people or the children pay a temple tax? Well, then how should we pay a temple tax? Very inquisitive questions. And I thought that was so great this time of year. Just back to school kind of questions. Do you find any examples of how Jesus is a great teacher and his teaching style in the Bible? Take a peek. All right, well, in our week 4 Thursday of Things Happen in Threes, don't forget, we want to continue reaching out to people. We want people to know that they're not alone. We want to help people lift their burdens. Because if we're helping people lift their burdens, then we're not feeling that same burden. And our burdens seem a little bit lighter or not as complicated as we think they are. Because sometimes if we dwell on our burdens, we are overwhelmed. Or we think our burdens are just too much. But when we talk and we pray with others about what's going on in their life, we realize our burdens are nothing compared to others. So who did you reach out to yesterday? Who do you plan on reaching out to today? And then, of course, our second way of Things Happen in Threes today is we want to get to know and develop a closer bond to God, and we do that by getting to know his word better. And we get to know his word and have his word buried in our heart closer by getting to know his verse, by reading it, by writing it, and applying it. So today's verse is Luke 14:18. The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim the good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery to the sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free. So now with Luke 4:18, what you want to do is you want to write it over here. Because when we read it and we write it, we tend to remember it more. Now down here, what does this verse mean to you? How does it apply to your life right now today? Go ahead and write that down. Remember, sometimes a verse is just a verse and it doesn't quite have a newer meaning or a fresh meaning to you. Sometimes we'll read a verse and it just triggers a whole new meaning. There's something new and fresh. What is that new and freshness today? And then again through the month of August, in our notes section on the next page, we're just asking God a question. Remember, when we meet someone new or fresh and we want to get to know them better, we ask questions about their life, what they do, how they do it, their past, their present, their hopes and aspirations for the future. Well, get to know God better. Ask him a question. You might not get an answer. No worries there. All we're doing is asking God questions today. Well, all right, guys, we're getting close to the end of August, and September's coming. So have a great Thursday, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.